The sun had not risen yet, and the valley was completely quiet. A thin layer of fog covered the ground and moved slowly between the trees. The air was cold, and everything felt still, as if the world itself was waiting. In the distance, there was a soft metallic sound, steady and controlled, like someone practicing with a blade. That someone was Hiroshi. He stood alone in the open field, holding his sword with both hands, repeating the same movement again and again. He was a samurai, but he did not think of himself as just a fighter. To him, being a samurai meant living with honor, protecting others, and making the right choices even when they were difficult. When Hiroshi was a child, his father trained him every day. His father was also a samurai, a strict but wise man who believed that strength without purpose meant nothing. He often told Hiroshi that a sword was not meant to show power, but to protect life. These lessons stayed with Hiroshi as he grew older. As the years passed, Hiroshi became stronger and faster. His movements became precise, and his mind became calm under pressure. However, what made him different from others was not his skill, but his way of thinking. He did not rush into fights, and he did not act out of anger. He always tried to understand the situation first. Eventually, Hiroshi began serving Lord Takeda, a leader who still believed in the old ways. Lord Takeda respected discipline, loyalty, and tradition, but the world around them was changing. Armies were no longer relying only on swords, they were using guns, and this change was making battles more dangerous and less personal. Hiroshi could see this change clearly. He understood that the old ways were slowly disappearing, but he refused to abandon them. He believed that even in a changing world, values like honor and courage still mattered. One morning, everything changed. Smoke appeared near the village, rising into the sky. People began to run, shouting in fear. An enemy army had arrived without warning. They carried guns and moved quickly, setting fire to homes and destroying everything in their path. Hiroshi stood still for a moment and took a deep breath. He felt fear, but he did not let it control him. He picked up his sword and began to move toward the chaos. He knew that running away was not an option. The battle began suddenly. Gunshots filled the air, loud and overwhelming. Hiroshi moved forward, step by step, staying focused. Some fighters retreated, unable to face the new weapons. But Hiroshi continued, determined to do what he believed was right. A soldier aimed at him and fired. Hiroshi reacted instantly, moving to the side just in time. He closed the distance quickly and struck with precision. Every movement he made was controlled, shaped by years of training. However, the enemy had too many soldiers. Their weapons gave them an advantage, and one by one the samurai fell. Hiroshi soon realized that he was almost alone. The battlefield was filled with smoke, fire, and the sound of destruction. As he looked around, he saw broken homes and injured people. Then he noticed a small child lying on the ground. The child was alive, but terrified and unable to move. Hiroshi stopped. For a brief moment, the battle around him seemed to fade. He understood that this moment mattered more than anything else. He could continue fighting, or he could save a life. He made his choice. Hiroshi lowered his sword and walked toward the child. He carefully lifted the child onto his back. At that moment, his purpose changed. He was no longer fighting to win. He was acting to protect. He began to run. Gunshots followed him, and bullets struck the ground nearby. Each step was difficult, but he did not stop. His focus was clear, and his determination pushed him forward. After some time, he reached a hill and moved behind it, finding temporary safety. He gently placed the child on the ground and tried to catch his breath. The child looked at him, still afraid, but slowly calming down. Hiroshi gave a small smile. In that moment, he realized something important. True strength was not about defeating enemies. It was about saving lives. By nightfall, the battle had ended. The village was in ruins, and many lives had been lost. When Hiroshi returned, he learned that Lord Takeda had been killed. He was alone now. This loss changed him deeply, but it did not break him. Instead, it gave him a new purpose. He decided that he would no longer serve a single master. He would dedicate his life to helping people wherever he could. Years passed, and Hiroshi traveled from place to place. He helped those in need, protected the weak, and stood against injustice. He did not seek recognition, but people began to talk about him. Stories spread about a quiet warrior who appeared when needed and disappeared just as quietly. Some believed he was a legend. Others thought he was just a man. But those who met him knew the truth. He was someone who chose to do what was right, no matter the cost. As he grew older, Hiroshi became quieter, but his actions continued to speak for him. One day, a child asked him why he kept helping others. Hiroshi paused for a moment and thought about his life. Then he gave a simple answer. He said that once, someone needed help, and he was there. That was enough for him. As the sun set on another day, Hiroshi looked at the horizon. The sky turned orange, and the world became calm again. He felt that his journey was coming to an end, but he had no regrets. He had lived with purpose, and long after he was gone, his story continued to be told, not just as the story of a samurai, but as the story of a man who chose to protect others in a changing world.